Hey, this is Marcus from the Unboxing channel, and today I'm gonna show you a little test. It's not much of an unboxing, as you can see, it's already unboxed, but I'm a freelancer and I found this little cool gadget which is called ZEI, and the app that is working with it is called Timeular. And a ZEI is basically a little cube that you can see over here, and the cube has 8 sides. And you can assign the sites to a certain project that you're working on as a freelancer, a gig worker, a digital nomad, a programmer, I don't know. There's plenty of options where you can use it, and plenty of jobs. And once you turn it around, let's say to the side with the orange spot, then the app starts tracking the time. And so let me first, before I go deeper into how the system works, let me go and show you what really was in the box. Otherwise, why would it be called an unboxing channel, right? So there's the ZEI, which is this little cube here. You can see that there's I put it on or put it off, and there's a little stand here usually, and I lost it at a client of mine. I know where it is, but right now in times of coronavirus I can't really go out. So it's still there, and I put it in this little pot where you could place a flower in you if you're not using it as a stand for the ZEI. So, but this works. Whenever this side turns up, nothing is gonna be tracked. So then I should say that whenever side is up, so this wouldn't track anything at all. Whenever it's in the stand and one of the corners turns up, then nothing is tracked. So we have this instructions over there which tells you how to set it up. You have only this one button here, so it tells you how to use it, it tells you how to charge it, and everything you need to know. What I really liked were these pretty cool stickers that you can place on the sides, so maybe you can, so that you can remember them better. Those are the colors that you later find back in the app. So each project is attached, or you can assign a color to, basically. And if you chose the orange one, for example, like I did with my blog, then you can put the sticker on the cube on this one side, and you can put it in the app and assign it there to the project as well. So you can, after a while, in the beginning it's a little tricky because it's 8 projects or so that you work on, and it's not so easy to remember which one you assign to which color. But after, let's say, 1 or 2 days, it's very easy. And if you don't want to assign a color to it, or maybe something that you would like to put on top, are these stickers, and I find those very cool. So there is, as you can see, I used some like with a teacup for a break, or there's some that resemble Slack or show the logo of Facebook and everything, you know. Maybe this is good for somebody who's coding, some data analytics, whatever you want to do, you know. Brain food, travel time, tons of options you can do. And if you, let me jump over these technical details real quick. Just USB-C, and if you're using it on your computer, then you can also plug this little USB inside the ZEI over here, and then it sends the data to your computer. What I really wanted to show you here was these 2 little things. This is a little eraser for whatever you print on or you draw on the ZEI, because what you can do is, as you can see, you have these things that I didn't find as a sticker somewhere, but I just put it on myself. I just took the pen and draw things that are interesting about my project. And for instance, this is a project that I'm working with on the Königsallee in Düsseldorf, and so I tried to draw the Königsallee. you know, which is a beautiful street here in Düsseldorf. And here's some shops, you know, Swarovski, Nike, Chanel, Adidas. They're all on the curve. So I tried to come up with a little idea how to draw this project, you know. And if I'm not happy with the drawing, and I think, Marcus, that wasn't really cool, and I need to do it again. Maybe I could redo this Nubis thing here. Then I'd take the eraser, and we'll be able to paint a new one on that too. So there's a lot of benefits that I want to talk to you about. With this little device, and I think the most striking to me was, after working with it for a few weeks now, is that there is, right when I put it on, a different sense of productivity in my room. I think this is very important, you know. So for me, it's like when I get up, make my coffee, have my morning routine, and I sit on my desk and I see this little cube, I start working right away because I want to turn one of the sides up, you know. And I was like, oh yeah, let's do some Nubis, or let's work on this code project. And I think this is very productive in a way. And a freelancer is, I think, bound to the home office, or was bound to a home office even way before coronavirus struck. And I think the thing is that for us, it was always like, okay, how to get motivated when there is no coworkers around you. So to some people it comes very easy, to some people it just doesn't, you know. And I was always a person who loved to be a freelancer. I loved all the lifestyle and everything. But when I was home and it was, let's say, 9 a.m., it was always tough for me to get motivated right away. So when I saw my little device, I see my little device on the table, I'm always like, wow, yeah, let's get started with the day, you know. So this helps a whole bunch of issues that you could have with motivation and productivity. Another advantage that I want to talk to you about is that when you use the cube, the ZEI, you realize how much time it takes to work on small inquiries. So it's always that clients contact me, Marcus, can you do this real quick? Can you do that real quick? And I never really went into like putting them or writing them down anywhere and saying, okay, I used 2 minutes or 5 minutes for this little tweak on the website or this little tweak on their content. I always used to say, yeah, no, I'm not gonna write this down. It's 2 minutes anyway. And turns out it's way easier to underestimate these things than to overestimate them. And I had so much time that I used up for little tweaks that I usually thought that only last 2 minutes, as I said, and it turns out that they are like sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 8 minutes, sometimes even 15. And now I realize that when I turn the cube on this one project and you come out with 15 minutes, you say, there's a lot of time in the last few years that really went unpaid, if you will, because if you don't build them and you don't write them down, you forget about them. And that's another problem. And maybe the third thing that I want to tackle right in this video is that you now, at the end of the day, when you write down how much you worked for what project, you have data, you know. And when I used to write down at the end of the day what I did today, it's an educated guess. And after a while, I've been a freelancer for 12 years now, it's easy to write it down, but it's always a ballpark. And now that you have a little device that shows you, you realize that all the ballparking that you were doing, all the guessing, is basically, well, let's say not that accurate. And I think this is the nice version of saying this. And so you have data now, and I think it helps you structuring your day and getting paid the amount of money that you deserve and that you earned. And maybe the fourth thing that I'm really discovered in working with the ZEI is that there's a lot of times that you use social media and where you are not getting paid. And if you're in the agency world, it would be something that is called unbilled. So you have a lot of time in between these things when you turn social media on. And I would advise you to assign one of the sides of the tracker to social media, and just not, or maybe if you have too many projects and you don't want to assign one of those, maybe you have one of the sites unbilled. If you go to the pro version, there's 3 versions of the app that you can buy, and if you have a pro version, then you can go on and assign unbilled to projects as well, or times of a project, and that comes in very handy as well. But if you don't, and you have the feeling you spend too much time on social media, maybe you should do it. Just go and put one side, assign one side to social media, and realize at the end of the day that there's so much time that you spend on it. And as I said on the project, sometimes you just go and say, I'm just gonna check 1 or 2 emails here, and maybe then I go to Facebook or to LinkedIn real quick. Then you realize, oh shit, this is like a lot of time that I just spent on that platform, and I'm not getting paid for it. It didn't get me any new biz. So yeah, that's the thing that you also realize. And I think to come to a conclusion here, and this is a very practical device. In the beginning, it's a little bit tough to remind your brain that you have to turn the side, or that you have to put it on one side at all. I think this is kind of tough in the beginning, but once you realize and get your mind trained to do it, it gives you some ideas how your workday is, how you have to structure it, how you can use the data at the end of the day, what project do you want to work more of or with, or what projects, I don't know, don't really do it for you, and you don't make any money of them either way. So I'm gonna put some links in the description below, so you can look at the ZEI on their website. I think timeular.com is the website. And if you have any questions, I hope I can answer them in the comment. Thanks for watching the unboxing channel. If you put it in a box, we will unbox it.